Welcome.
Hello. Welcome to
We're
Combination.
glad you're here. We think you're marvelous.
Ha ha. See what you did there.
Yeah. Not
It's a
to be
marvel.
confused. Not to be confused with our jokes, which are not. But hey, that's okay because tonight we're talking about Captain Marvel, specifically the graphic novel Higher, Further, Faster, More.
Yeah. It's going to be the tagline of a series.
And hey, if you want to play a role, if you're watching us live, and we hope you're watching us live,
Yes, please. Watch us live.
let's get started. This is the code that you need to go to, or you can scan the code. And hey, while you're getting that set up, take an extra second to give us a like, to give us a follow, to sign our mailing list.
Yeah. To
And
do the X formerly known as a tweet.
and you know, and do what you can to stay connected, and let us know that you like it, because we like comic books.
Yes,
and we
do.
hope you like comic books, and we like talking about comic books and sort of teasing and twisting and seeing how much you know about comic books. But okay, are we ready to go?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Marvel.
We're talking about Captain Marvel, and the current Captain Marvel in continuity is
some lady named Danvers. No.
Yeah, it's one of the Danvers. Last night I dreamed of Captain Marvel again.
Did you?
Yeah, that's the Rebecca.
I know.
Danvers.
Mrs. Manblay. Yeah. No, it's Carol Danvers.
Correct.
Ta-da.
Now, this question is valid because there have been a lot of Captain Marvels.
Yes.
A lot. And if
just keeps on running, including that Shazam-like character from someplace else.
Yeah, exactly. And if you watched our Shazam shows, and we hope you have, we sort of unpack a little bit in the whole, like, when is Captain Marvel not Captain Marvel, and when is, it's painful.
Shazam.
Now, and everybody sort of knows that, there's a Captain Marvel at Marvel, there's a Captain Marvel at DC. There was also a Captain Marvel at Amalgam Comics. Remember that? But Todd.
Yes.
For no additional points, there's another publisher of Captain Marvel. Who was it?
Yes. There's a little-known company called MF Enterprises, published by Myron Foss, hence the MF. And which lasted like 4 or 5 issues before he got shut down.
They took a shot. Because it's like Captain Marvel has, somewhere, Captain Marvel has a really painful history when it comes to intellectual property and trademarks. And I guess MF Enterprises just took a shot, and they couldn't because, they had to stop because of multiple legal challenges.
Yes. Well, Shazam.
That's just eerie. Now, Carol Danvers.
Yes.
Which of these has she not been known as?
Because she's had some aliases in her time.
She first appeared in 1968, so she's grown.
Yes, she's grown. She's changed. Yeah.
Got a haircut.
Couple different dudes.
Todd.
He's never been known as Lieutenant Marvels.
Correct. Now, Lieutenant Marvel, when we were talking to you about the Shazam, that's one of the Shazams, and maybe we'll go back and talk to you about those later.
Family of them.
So originally, Carol was known as Ms. Marvel. That's 1968. Very modern and progressive take.
Yes.
And then she encountered a white hole, which is like a black hole, only not.
Right.
And after that, Todd?
Then she was binary because she basically had the power of a star.
A lot of star power, that Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And then in the 90s, after the star power had faded, she became Warburg. Right. She joined the Avengers, and let's just say she went rogue.
or
Um,
sort of rogued.
but then ultimately she came back and she circled back to Captain Marvel. She took up that name for a very specific reason that we'll go into later, like at a later show,
Right.
in honor of someone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Carol got her powers originally before the white hole and whatnot from who?
One of those fine folks with a hyphen, none of which are Kal-El, went up. But this was Marvel.
Correct. Now Marvel was the first Captain Marvel in the Marvel universe, and yeah, when he was no longer able to perform the duties of Captain Marvel, that's when Carol Danvers picked up the title.
Uh-huh.
As an honor to him, out of respect, like the way some guys will wear another guy's number on their jersey.
Yeah.
So, and again, Marvel started Marvel because DC screwed up the paperwork on Captain Marvel. So they said, hey, let's give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, science. We're Marvel Comics. So, we should have a Captain Marvel.
Now, Carol got her power from Marvel through a device.
Yes.
And if you're sitting there saying, hang on, wait, I saw the movie and it was through this Infinity Stone. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. So this is the comics we're talking.
The comic books are different from the movie.
Believe it or not.
But Todd,
yes.
Which one? Which one?
Well, bounce through time here for a second, and it's the Psyche Magnetron? Psyche Magnetron.
Psych Magnetron. Although it would have been awesome if it was the flux capacitor.
Yes. And the gigawatts,
And a DeLorean. The Psych Magnetron was a machine. I think it's currently destroyed in current continuity, but it was designed to bestow superhero powers on living humanoids. So, good to have in the yard, hanging out in the garage.
Sure.
Now, Todd, for no additional points, who else got some Psych Magnetron love?
Dr. Minerva and Captain Atlas, because, more captains.
More captains. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh, Captain.
Correct.
There's a lot of weight on his shoulders, Captain Atlas does.
He's got a good sense of direction, however.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Marvel, he's hanging out on Earth.
Yeah.
He's, it's 1968. So
sure.
as all the all the aliens who come to Earth hang, he adopts an Earth alias, specifically.
He becomes known as Walter Larson, because he's a good guy.
Correct. Now, he originally came to Earth. He was a spy, and then I guess some stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd, for no additional points, at one point Marvel had a sidekick, and it wasn't Carol Danvers. Who was it?
It was Rick Jones, teenage guy extraordinaire who bounced around through lots of different things. Helped the Hulk at one point,
like
Captain America.
Rick Jones. It's like he was, depending on the continuity, he's in a really big part of Hulk continuity. I mean, he hangs out with Captain America.
Yep. Yeah, he's kind of like the Kevin Bacon of the Marvel Universe.
If Kevin Bacon was someone that you had never, ever, ever heard about.
Right.
Because Rick Jones, yet to make it in the MCU. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
But you can make the connections, to get
and speaking of the MCU, who played Marvel in the MCU?
Believe it or not. Wasn't Brie Larson, because that's actually Captain Marvel. It's
correct.
Annette Bening.
Yep. Now, according to the internet, and the internet is never wrong, Marvel wasn't originally written as a woman because, as we've just discussed a little bit, and just to be clear, Marvel in the comics is a man.
Yeah.
But Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who co-wrote the screenplay with Geneva Robert, you know her name, Geneva Robertson for it. We're like, yeah, Captain Marvel or Marvel is a man, etc. But then for the original Captain Marvel movie, it has been commented on by more than a few that there is a very strong theme of female mentorship and female empowerment, and and that women are good and strong and deserve a place in the comic book universe. And so it just became sort of a natural idea for them, of course, to make the Marvel character female.
Right.
And this is not the first time that the MCU has decided that a character is going to be female. The lawyer in the Daredevil series.
Yeah. Jaren Hogarth.
Exactly.
Was Jerry Hogarth. Played by Carrie-Anne Moss. Yeah.
So
why not?
It's not the first time, not the last time.
Sure. Just goes to show, anything you can do, she can do better.
Oh, shush. Now, Marvel, we said Marvel was an alien.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of alien was he, she, it, they? From what race did Marvel originate?
They originally came from, they're actually part of what's known as the Kree Empire.
Correct.
Yes.
And if you remember in the original movie, in the original Captain Marvel movie, Carol Danvers thought for a while that she was Kree.
Yeah.
But she's not.
She's not. She's Smurf.
And the Kree are big in the Marvel universe. They're all over the place. They first appeared in 1967 in Fantastic Four. Yep. They have been all over the place. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but they are never boring.
No. Sometimes they accuse people of things.
Sometimes they start a war. Sure. Maybe it's sometimes they invade. Sometimes that's a secret.
Keep it all straight.
Now, we're talking about this story, this book in particular. Early in the story, Captain Marvel is working with whom?
With another fellow hero, identified as the Iron Patriot.
Correct. Now, in the book that we're talking about, Iron Patriot is James Rhodes, also known as Rhodey Rhodes. Yeah. But Iron Patriot, kind of like Captain Marvel, but different, is one of those titles, is one of those names that has been associated with a bunch of different folks, largely because in the Marvel universe, Iron Patriot has a tendency to refer to the outfit, not so much the outfit and the person using it.
Right.
And so Todd,
it's the suit.
It's the suit. Clothes make the man. Mm-hmm. So Todd, it's all about the accessories. We keep telling you it's about the accessories. Todd, for no additional points, who can you remember that has also been known as the Iron Pirate? Iron Patriot. Iron Pirate would be much better.
Yeah, we should make one of those. But the Iron Patriot's been, among other people, Norman Osborn when he wasn't the Green Goblin. And also there's been a Sarah Garza and a Dr. Tony Ho and Sharon Carter at one point.
Oh, but my favorite, Terrence Rhodes.
Right. Because, pass around. It's a hand-me-down.
The family that fights evil together.
Yeah. Just, maybe you can borrow your brother's suit.
The family that fights evil together might have an awkward family dinner.
Yeah, but just imagine what you can do with all those nice tech things and reheat the yams pretty easily with those little blasters. Roast a turkey in 2 seconds.
By the way, Rhodey Rhodes is definitely Captain Marvel's favorite Iron Patriot.
Especially in this story, because,
Yeah, and if you want to know what the heck we're talking about, read the book. It's pretty good. We liked it.
Yes, adventure.
Now, Rhodey and Carol, they rescue a refugee from where? Now, to be clear, the refugee's hanging out in Earth's orbit, which is why they have to go get it. But the original, the race of the refugee is?
That would be from Nalania.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, fun fact about the Nowlanians.
Nalanians.
The Nowlanians. They are a rapid aging race of aliens. So they're like the Argosians of Stargate SG-1, if you're familiar with that, or the Skolosians from the original Star Trek.
Mhm.
You remember those, right? Or the Ocampans from Stargate Voyager, or from Invincible, the Flaxans.
Yeah.
Or basically the complete opposite of
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, like they're the anti-Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Give them 10 minutes, they'll turn into teenagers, and won't that be fun?
Uh-huh.
But
Talking about going through puberty like that.
now the
Yes.
the Nowlanians' original planet was destroyed.
Yes.
Who destroyed it?
Oh, some guys, they were trying to redo something, and then, yeah. And then they got a little hammered. Sorry. They're the builders.
Can they fix it? They probably could, but they really don't wanna. So can they destroy it? Yes, they can.
Yeah. Somebody named Bob showed up and took it all out.
They should have called Felix. Should have called Felix. Felix
will fix it. Absolutely.
But yeah, and the refugee that they save.
Mm-hmm.
What is the refugee's name?
It's the Tick. It's Tick, not.
Correct. It is not the Tick. The Tick is a completely different character in a completely different universe, and is currently busy doing his laundry.
Yes. Spoon.
But in this universe, this Tick, if you think that the Tick would be happy to have one of the most powerful superheroes in the Marvel universe helping out,
you might not be right about that.
You'd be wrong.
Yeah.
And to find out more, read the book. It's a good book. We like it. We like comic books. We like this comic books. It's a good graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, helpful in that, saving the refugee, etc. is Sword.
Sword.
And
Yes.
Sword.
One of those fine government agencies.
Exactly. Now, the S in Sword stands for.
In this particular case, it's for sentient.
Correct.
Yes.
Todd,
Mm-hmm.
for no additional points.
Yes.
Can you get all of Sword? Can you?
It's the Sentient World Observation and Response Department. Got that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Trippingly off the tongue. Now, Sword was originally an offshoot of SHIELD, which stands for.
Let's see. Is it currently a Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division. It was originally the Supreme Headquarters of the International Espionage Law Enforcement Division. And somewhere along the way is even the Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistics Directorate.
Correct.
Came out to be Shield.
So when you already have an existing acronym, but you want to change the words, that's a backronym.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because you got your shield, got your sword, good to go.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And all they have to do is go over to Star Labs.
Yeah.
A different universe completely. Now, Carol Danvers,
Yes.
like me, has a pet.
Yes.
What kind of pet does she have?
Nice little furry, fluffy, fun-loving, friendly Flurkin.
The Flurkin. Yes,
Flurkin.
the
Near as big
Flurkin
as
looks. The Flurkin looks like a cat, purrs
Looks-
like a cat,
looks.
and just like a cat, will lay up to 117 eggs to reproduce.
Yeah. Great around for Easter, you know.
Yeah, no. A Flurkin is not a cat, even though it looks like a cat, but they're tricky little devils, so I keep my eye on them if I were you.
Don't get licked by a Flurkin. Tongues
Now,
from
in the comics, Carol's pet is named what? If you remember the movie, there was a cat. The cat's name was?
in the movie, it was Goose.
Yeah.
Which is
and
a failed reference back to Top Gun. But in the comics.
Yeah. And now, and to be clear, there was a goose. There was a Flurkin named Goose in the comics. He came from Earth 1999.
Sure.
But I think in the movie, Goose, the Flurkin, was left alone in the Project Pegasus facility until I think Goose was a female.
Yeah.
But they met Nick Fury and Carol Danvers, and
Yeah, things happened.
Fury liked his Flurkin. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that worked out well for everyone.
Sure.
But getting back to Carol's, in this book, in this continuity, in this moment, Carol's Flurkin is named,
because she's such a fan, it's that named Chewbacca. You know, furry, friendly, space alien.
yeah, she calls him Chewie, as you do.
Yeah, sure.
So, and you will never, ever, ever see a cat named Chewie in the movies. I'm telling you now.
Because, lawyers.
So Carol, she's going to space because she likes space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And for Todd, for no additional points, who designed, who created, who programmed the AI that runs Carol's spaceship?
Oh, that would be master designer Tony Stark.
Yeah, I mean, who else would it be? But
to 3000.
But of course, as all things,
it has an AI.
The AI has a name, and the name is?
In this particular case, because I'd be sensing the theme here. She calls him Harrison.
Correct.
Yes.
And yeah, it has been. There are not only several million Star Wars references in this book. I mean, the character of Carol Danvers in this book admits to loving Star Wars, which is only right.
Sure, makes sense. Yeah,
So,
pilot, fly through the stars. Why wouldn't you want to love Star Wars?
Okay, again, tonight we were talking about the comic book, the graphic novel, Captain Marvel, Higher, Further, Faster, More, available wherever quality graphic novels are sold.
Yes. Local comic
This
shop.
is, and here's the official blurb. One of Marvel's most beloved Avengers, that's Carol, Captain Marvel, launches her own ongoing series. Carol Danvers has played many roles in her life. Hero, pilot, Avenger, talk show host, and now deep space adventurer.
Woo woo!
Join Captain Marvel as she attempts to return an alien girl to her homeworld and defend the rights of aliens revolting against the Galactic Alliance.
Yes.
Guest starring
The Guardians of the Galaxy, because
cool.
you're in space in the Marvel Universe.
Exactly. Now, this was written by Kelly Sue DeMcCormick.
Mhm.
Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Yes.
It can't be a show unless I have mangled someone's name.
Sure.
But Kelly Sue, her work spans all of, stage, comics, film, television, all of it.
Yeah.
She's best known for working on Captain Marvel, and rightly so. This is nice.
Yes.
She also wrote Wonder Woman Historia, and other stuff as well. She's worked for Image Comics, etc. Really nice stuff. I think she's won Eisner's, Hugo's, the whole thing. And if she hasn't won it, she's at least been nominated, and it is an honor to be nominated.
Right.
Now, the art on this,
sci-fi, lots of fun stuff.
The art on this was from
David Lopez, who's from La Palmas de Gran Canaria, or Spain.
Yeah. Yes, he's a Spanish comic book artist from Spain, and he actually was successful in the Spanish comic book market before he moved to the American comic book market about 20 years ago. He's done Fallen Angel. He's done a bunch of stuff for IDW. He worked on Catwoman. He worked on Wolverine. His stuff is gorgeous.
Yes.
And you should pick up this book if for no other reason than to look at pretty people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stunning.
So hang on. And the winner is
Woo woo.
Hey, thanks for coming and joining us as we geek out and our geek runs deep and sharing our love of comic books and graphic novels and trivia and
this marvelous
silly stuff and awkward family dinners. Please give us a like or follow a this or that or the other. Let us know what you're thinking. Send us an email because yes, I'm still working on that thing, Michael. But above all,
read more comics. And check out Marvels in theaters later this week.
All right.